What's up, everybody? And y'all know what time it is. It's Monday nights. So, on most Monday nights, we do talk Carthage football over here on the channel. And we like to talk it with some of the coaches and some of the players. And tonight, we got my guy, Coach Dibble, in the building. A guy that I've been trying to get on the podcast for a while now. Dibble, how long has it been? How many times have I been asking you to come on, man?
Quite a bit. Yeah, it was a busy season, but we finally got to the end, and I'm ready to talk some ball.
Yes, sir. Dibble, first off, how you doing tonight, man? How's life treating you?
Good, good. It's been a fun recruiting season, and so we're doing well over in Firebird Nation.
All right, well let's hop right into it. For all y'all watching, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the bell, like the video, comment down below how Coach Dibble did on his first podcast. But Coach Dibble, I gotta ask you, starting off here, how has the recruiting season been in general so far for you and the staff?
So far, for me and the staff, it's been great. We've met a lot of great players. We've been on the road recruiting for a few weeks now. We had a good Thanksgiving break. Get some juice in us and keep it moving, man. So it's been exciting.
So, Dibble, where have you in particular? Where have you traveled so far recruiting this off season?
So far, myself, I've been to Atlanta, Indiana, and Illinois so far. So,
That's cool. And you guys recruit nationwide, correct?
yep, no stone goes unturned, man. Looking
So
for
do
the
you got
best athletes.
so do you guys have kind of like where each coach is a certain amount of coach is in charge of each area of the country? Is that how you guys kind of do it, or is it just kind of random?
So it's a little bit in the middle. I mean, obviously, you're going to look at your position as a position coach, but you're also responsible for an area. So you have a recruiting area that you oversee, and that's the main section that you're responsible for. So kind of in between. Obviously, as a position coach, you're going to look for the best athletes and get recommendations, from all different types of networking opportunities that we've had. We've got coaches from all over the country, which is really beneficial. So
What kind of things do you guys look for in those certain athletes that you kind of discuss with positions? What are some things that you guys really look at?
Flexibility for one, as far as overall athletes. I mean, you got to be able to bend in the game and move, and so that's a big part of what we do as a program. Is you got to be flexible to play this game.
Coach Dibble, you are mowing these down perfectly. I love it. Now, what specific area do you focus on? Are you more offensive, defensive? Are you a certain position? What's your main focus?
That's the fun part about being, just in the recruiting department and not coaching a specific position. I get to watch a little bit of everybody. And so today, Coach I and I met. We went over the tight ends. We had a good conversation about that group. I know we've got some good guys we're talking to. So I mean, that's a very competitive group on our team in that room, and so we're looking to add to that and keep it going.
So now, how many players per position do you guys really try and look at? Is there a specific number, or are you just trying to get as many guys as possible?
Well, with the benefit of this level, we get to produce two teams, so the roster size gets to be a little bit larger between JV and varsity,
Yep.
and so that's something new to me. This was the first season I got to participate in that, and so it's a little bit larger than most, you could say, but we're still looking for the top athletes with the character that you want to represent your school.
Now, what are some type of things that you talk to guys about while you're on a recruiting visit? Is it mostly about ball? Is it about some personal stuff? You don't have to go too far in depth, but just like kind of generally, what's it about conversation wise?
For sure. Well, that first impression with the recruit and the coach is very important on both ends of the relationship. So, I mean, the player is going to recognize that, hey, this is an opportunity. I got to put my best foot forward. And the coach is obviously representing something bigger than himself. So, when you're on the road recruiting, that first impression between a coach and an athlete is very, very important. And so, you're really trying to put on a good display as a coach, what your program's about, and be accurate with your information. So, I mean, it could be a brief moment that you get, 5 to 10 minutes at most if you see a player on the road. And so you really got to take advantage of that opportunity and give them enough information to know that you're interested in them and them coming to your program.
What are some type of things that you would say that you kind of say to recruits like good things about Carthage that you guys really try and push as coaches?
The location for sure. I mean, being right there on the lake. I mean, that's kind of cliche, but when I got here, it was just mind blowing to see the location of Carthage. And so when you get on campus, I mean, whether it's the summer months where you get to see how pretty it is, or even the winter months where you're seeing how impactful the snow can be. It was pretty mind blowing for myself when I got here to see how much it snowed. I mean, that's pretty cool for people who aren't around it as much. So I mean, it has a lot of features just physically and geographically for sure.
Now, Dibble, how is Carthage kind of different from what you did at Wake Forest?
Just being this close with the players. I mean, I get to see the players on a daily basis, so that's a pretty cool different feature. Last year was COVID, and so we kind of had to spread out, and so the interaction with players was typically just at practice, and so being able to just help our guys out on a daily basis, one on one, or if it's just a position group needs something, or one side of the ball, you get to interact with them quite a bit at this level.
What are some of your favorite things about the coaches you kind of work with every day?
Um, just the energy. I mean, we got a pretty funny group, and so I mean, you've been around those guys quite a bit, so and they've been on here, so I think the fans know and can tell the energy between the staff. It can get there can be some good times. So
Now, Dibble, do you prefer kind of recruiting by yourself and traveling by yourself, or do you like going with another coach?
the more the merrier. I mean, you're on the road by yourself. I mean, obviously, you want to spread out and cover as much ground as you can. But I've,
Right.
I've, I've had some trips with a few of the coaches, and it's never disappointed. I mean, just being able to be next to someone and see how they do it and learn from them. I mean, it's a learning experience, and iron sharpens iron, right? I mean, that's a saying for a reason. So when you're out with another coach, you can really team up and work together.
Now, you guys had tours this weekend for football guys. I saw some photos on Twitter. What are some kind of things that you guys do on those tour days? Is it, showing them around campus, talking about academics and athletics? What kind of goes into all that?
Yep. So you hit on a few of the key points. So I mean, obviously, we're going to show them around campus, and once again, that might be their first interaction with us as a staff. And so they get on campus. That first impression is a really big deal. And like I said, that location is so important. So I mean, you pull up to Carthage and you're going to see that lake and how astonishing that is. So I mean, yeah, we show them around. We talk to them ball. Obviously, sit them down. We're going to talk about football as a football program, and then yeah, we definitely enlighten them on what we can offer academically.
That's awesome. Now, when you guys are giving new players tours, do former players join as well, like or guys that are playing on the team currently?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, player recruiting players are a big part of my philosophy personally. I mean, those guys got to get to know who we got on our roster now, and that way, we can bring in the right guys and know like, hey, his work ethic's good. And I mean, you're going to see a lot of, I mean, all across the country, teams do this where you recruit teammates. I mean, that's a popular deal because they came from the same cloth, most likely. They came from the same program. And so they already have that chemistry. So bringing in, a couple guys from each school is a really popular recruiting style. And so I think we're going to be able to take advantage of that quite a bit this cycle.
In your opinion, what is the best area to recruit in the country? Is it the Midwest? Is it out east? Is it out west? Or is it in the South? What is your
Uh,
coach?
I'm biased. I'm from the South, so I'm definitely going to say the South.
Okay.
I can recognize my bias. And I mean, it
Okay.
depends. Some people think it depends on position.
Okay.
So I mean, that's also a factor for some. But I think your athletes can come from the South for sure.
Now, where are you from again? Double Tennessee, right?
Tennessee,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
What area in Tennessee?
Murfreesboro,
Okay, cool. That's awesome. I've never heard of it or been there, but that's cool.
you would like it.
Yeah. Is it kind of like our town or different?
A little bit different. Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. What's your favorite position to recruit?
To recruit or evaluate, let's see.
Let's do both. Let's split that
Uh,
into two parts. Favorite position to recruit and favorite position to evaluate.
because favorite position to recruit would either be DBs or quarterback. Those
Okay.
positions are usually a little bit more outgoing. They got some, swagger. They got the it factor, usually a little bit earlier than some other position guys. So they can be drama queens. That comes with the personality, but usually those two positions have some spite to them. So I like it. And then evaluating, I like watching D line. I think it's a really fun position. Gotta recognize and read really quick. Part of being on defense, but being in those trenches, getting to the quarterback, it's really fun to evaluate and watch a good athlete at that position.
I feel you. I like all three of those positions. I'm a wide receiver guy, Coach Dibble.
I like
I'm a,
it.
I'm a, I'm a wide receiver guy.
You got hands. That makes sense. I've seen you catch the ball, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't run, but I can
Yeah,
catch.
possession receiver.
Yeah, for sure, for
You have
sure.
those gloves on in the winter, keeping those snags.
Yes, sir. What is your favorite thing about just the whole recruiting process?
Favorite things, getting to know the players. I mean, you get to meet so many guys from so many different backgrounds and their families and just their story and their goals. And I mean, even the guys you don't, get a chance to bring in, just getting to meet them and knowing that their hard work's paid off and they're taking advantage of an opportunity that they most likely earned.
Now, when you guys do like tour dates or visits, do families come with the players to that, or is that just more players?
Definitely, families are invited. We've got a really good family atmosphere, so we definitely want the families to come and see what we have,
For
so
sure.
they're educated on what we're about.
What are some like good reviews that you've gotten from players that you've recruited this year, like
Oh,
just about Carthage?
for sure. Game day was pretty special. Those visits, I mean, you were there on game day. The
Yep.
energy this year, compared to last year, from what I've heard, the energy on game day was really special. So they had a lot of activities going on for the fans, food trucks and stuff. And so I think the game day visits were really good this year.
Yeah, Coach Haas obviously talked a great deal of that with me and Jake on the weekly walkthrough this year about how they've really improved the tailgate experience. And I think you really saw that this year with how many fans came, especially early in the season when it was really nice out. Saw a lot of people in the stands, a lot of sold out crowds. Now, on game days, double typically like for you, what's your typical kind of like game day with when you have recruits come and visit? Because I know obviously you're preparing to play a football game, but you also got all these recruits here. So, what are some kind of things that you do?
So home games are a little busy for me. Yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you got the players right. We got to take care of our guys, but then we also have future players hopefully coming in on game day, and so you got a lot going on. You got to be able to, turn the switch, go from recruit mode to coach mode, back and forth. And so we get the recruits in, we show them around as well, and talk a little ball with them briefly. But obviously, they understand that we're here to win, so and compete. And so hopefully, we try to put on a show for those guys and all our fans.
yeah, that's a really good answer. I like that because I know that like we've had a lot of recruits this year, like come for games. Like I've seen a lot of guys there. It's been cool talking with some of them too. Now, for you, Dibble, I kind of got all my questions out the way here, Carthage wise, but going larger scale, like because you worked obviously at the D1 level. How accelerated is that recruiting process from a D1 level to a D3 level, in your opinion?
It is different. It's definitely different. Just timing. So I mean, those D1 guys are offering, the 24 class, and then so we're still working on the 22 class. So it's definitely a different pace. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're still trying to find future players. And with the coaching carousel now, I mean, it's just crazy. Being able to offer somebody that early on, and then that player, having to wait to see if that coach is there. So that's definitely a factor in today's game. So just, I mean, when you offer a guy, you want to have that relationship built, whether it's, as it's you're offering a sophomore in high school or wait until the senior year to find somebody. Regardless, you want to build that relationship and make sure they're a good fit for your program.
Yeah, the coaching carousel was crazy. I mean, we had four big time coaches change schools in the span of like a week. So yeah, so that I'm sure makes it even harder for recruiting too, because you got a whole new staff coming in there who's trying to recruit other players. Like I've obviously big college football fan, so like I follow along with basically everybody and like what Oklahoma's doing, how they like had so many decommits, and now Brett Venables is getting in there and recommitting and getting everybody recruited. That's pretty crazy. But Dibble, I gotta ask you, man. The transfer portal, like, it's basically recruiting, because when guys are like transferring, they're going other places. Do you think the transfer rule is good in college football? Like, do you like how it's set up right now?
There's pros and cons, and with something like this, you're just not. There's not going to be the right way. I don't think. I don't think there's a perfect fit, and so I know there's pros and cons to it. I think a lot of guys and athletes and girls that use the transfer portal, they find a home. Like you said, they do get to where they're supposed to be, and I can see why. Some people don't like it, just being able to hop up and go. It can be, as a fan base, it's like, wow, you committed. And then, but I mean, once you get on this side of it, the athlete has a reason. Um, each situation is different. So, I mean, athletes have reasons. So, as a fan and as a coach, you can kind of see both sides of it.
I got you. Now, Dibble, how you feeling going into next season with the Firebirds, man? How we feeling about next year?
Good. I mean, we had a young roster. I know everyone kind of knows that. And
Yep.
so just those young guys being able to get the experience they did, go against some top competition this season at that early in their career, I know we're going to be able to build on it. So this offseason is going to be important for those guys who got that experience at that young age. So just getting them in the weight room, getting them right technically on the field, and then I think we're going to have a really good energy going into next season.
All right, Dibble. I'm gonna give you about like 30 seconds to a minute. Just kind of talk about, like, trying to maybe get someone to Carthage that that sees this video or something like that. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
So, like, I'm gonna post this video up on YouTube. I'm gonna promote it. Like, talk about like pros of Carthage, just so, like, we get that recruiting aspect in there.
Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. Ready?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So benefits of coming to Carthage College. It's academics. It's the first one I'm going to talk about. You're called a student athlete for a reason. So the academics here, the class size is roughly 17-1. So you're going to get to know your professors very well. They know us as a staff, and so that degree is going to be very, very prestige once you leave campus and move on to the real world. And so that's going to be the biggest thing. And then you get to the next bullet point for football. I mean, you have an opportunity to play at a very, very competitive conference. And so get to play top tier conference play on a yearly basis. What else can you ask for?
Dibble, I love it, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time, like I said. Want to keep it short, sweet, to the point tonight with you, man. I appreciate you for joining. Stick on by after the show. We can chat it up. But thank y'all for watching tonight, and stay tuned for more great content throughout the week. We're gonna have some more guests coming on Wednesday, Friday, and then obviously normal NFL Sunday show on Sunday, which Coach Ball might be hopping on now. He told me he wants to come on that this week, so we'll see what happens. But y'all have a great night. Dibble, thank you so much for joining us and talking about